Hi guys and welcome to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at MadXStitcher, and this is my little slice of the internet where I get to show you everything I've been working on. I am multi-craftual. I am a textiles teacher in Thurrock. I live with my husband Ralph and my son Joey, who is 18. And yeah, so this is my little roundup of March because it is now the 2nd of April. Yeah, and I am officially on Easter holidays. So I've got a few things to talk to you about as well. At the top of the episode though, I am going to remind you that I do have an Easter decorations tutorial on the channel if you want to make some decorations with the little ones over the Easter period. There's things on there like little eggs with bunnies. There's little bunnies. What else have I got? I've got carrots. So there's all different things over on that particular YouTube tutorial. If you want to make some, that would be really nice to see those, and you're welcome to tag me over on Instagram or Facebook. So there is a Facebook page and a Facebook group all under the same name, and yeah, I think that's all of admin. So yeah, it has been a bit of a crazy month. If you've seen the East Anglia Yarn Festival, you'll see exactly what I've gotten up to this month, which means I have posted very little over on Instagram and I have made very little, but it's been a good month. So what were my plans that I set myself, or my targets that I set myself in February? Because that's what I like to do. I like to set myself a list of things that I want to achieve for the next month and then see how I actually do and try and keep myself accountable. But before I do that, do you remember the list that I wrote at the very beginning of January? So this was my 2023 plans, and I can actually scrub 2 of these off, can't I? One of them is the heart baby blanket, which I did make in January, I believe. Yeah. For my cousin's baby. So let's take that one off like so. And then I have actually in March crocheted a cardigan, so I'm going to take that one off as well. Now most of these, some of these are actually knit. Yeah, 2 of them are knit and the other 4 are crochet. What I have done, however, if you've seen the East Anglia Yarn Festival vlog, you'll know that I have bought more yarn to make another sunshine beret. But I'm also thinking of making a shawl to match as well, so watch this space. And a little sneak peek of April. Yesterday I was working on Tunisian crochet, so yeah, there's quite a lot of that to come in April, so watch this space. But I thought I would update my little ward so you can see how things are actually going here. Let's put the pen back. Let's crack on. So my plans then for March were to finish a cardigan, which I've just said I've done. So yay! I'm not overly happy with it, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. I wanted to get the majority of the Lucky Puppy blanket done, which I haven't. More on that later. I wanted to finish the emoji patterns. I haven't finished. I've done 2. That's it. And finish the FCG bag that I started, which I have not touched this month. So I'm doing super well on my plans, aren't I? But thankfully for April, there's only 2. So I should be able to get them done. Right. Finishes then. I have 3 for March. Not the ones I thought I was going to get, but that's okay. At least I've done something. So first things first, I'm going to show you the 2 small things I have made because they are sitting on top of the big thing, and I need to get the big thing out of my bag, which it is stuck in. So let's do the little ones first. So I have made another one of my emojis. I did this time as a decoration. I don't think I showed you this before. I showed you the coaster that I made last month. This is the same sort of pattern, except it's just a standard smiley face. Is it me, or are the eyes too big? Or do I just need to do like an O mouth, like this? Let me know. It's just plain on the back. I have stuffed it a little bit, and this uses part of the pattern I made for my coaster design. So the option is there to make either coasters or into decorations of some sort. So yeah, it is made using a Stylecraft Special DK in Citron, and then black for the eyes and the mouth. And I've just tied on a ribbon into one of the stitches around the edge. So that's one thing for March. The other thing I have made, I did this at the shop, so at the Little Yarn Hut. It didn't actually take that long. It is a pattern from Knitting and Crochet magazine, and these are the ones that come with the balls of yarn and knitting needles and a hook as well. But yeah, I bought it for this, not realising it was a cowl. So I'm going to have to get the next one as well. But yeah, it's from this issue. There's also a knitted axolotl down here, which I thought was quite cute. And I have made, because I had loads of citron yarn left over from Pudsey, I made a little chick. He's actually really cute. I thought the eyes might be a bit too small, but actually I think they're alright. He's got little wings, he's got a little bushy tail at the back, and he's got a little nose. And he is so you can put little chocolates and stuff in him. Now I've got a couple of pictures that show him with chocolates in, but I wanted to show you him in person as well, because he's really cute. Now in the magazine there is a sheep version and a rabbit version as well. So I do want to have a go at those, but it is the Easter holidays and I do have bigger things that I need to be working on. So this has been on display at the hut for the last week or so since I made him, and he will be going back as well this week. I just thought I'd bring him home to show you on camera. Right, the last thing I have finished then this month is in the Doodle Cats bag, and I can now say that it has used a total of 16 balls of super chunky yarn, which for me is quite a lot of yarn. What I'm going to have to do is get it out, push the camera back because you are not going to be able to see it properly otherwise, and try and show you it. Yeah, let's have a go, shall we? Right, this is the long crochet cardigan, which is a pattern by Knit Crow Addict. So they've used a variegated yarn. I have used Starcraft Special XL Tweed in boysenberry and camel. I have used almost 14 balls of boysenberry for the body and pretty much 4 balls of camel for the cuffs and the collar. And I feel really frumpy in it. Now it is a thick cardigan, it is heavy, it's almost 2 kilos of yarn. So, well actually it's, in a way it's maybe 1.5 kilos because I've not quite used the 6th ball, if that makes sense. It is at least 1.5 kilos. Anyway, it's got a nice big collar. I have not woven any of the ends in because there are a gazillion. It's very long. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Look. It covers my bum. But, yeah, I don't feel comfortable in it as such. I feel like it's quite big, and actually I think in the picture she's wearing a belt with it, so I might try and get a belt to wear with it. But I mean, you can't tell where I've really seamed it, which is nice. So I don't think I'll be wearing it out as such, but it is nice and warm. I've actually rolled the cuffs back because they're quite long, but I don't mind. I think I'll be wearing it indoors only. So more like a dressing gown. But it's really big, really cozy. And yeah, I mean, my friends like it, but I don't think I would be comfortable wearing it out. So, you know, it's quite a lot of yarn as well. So I think if you were planning to make one, it's quite expensive. And I've only used commercial yarn as well. Now I do wonder though whether, I mean, I used a 10mm hook for this because that's what the pattern suggests, but I wonder if I'd used a bigger hook, it would have fit a little bit looser as well. I don't know. Anyway, I am happy that I have made a cardigan and I have crocheted that cardigan and it is finished. But I think unless I'm at the shop and it's late at night and it's cold, or I'm home and it's cold, it's not really going to be worn. So I feel like it's kind of a waste, especially as we're now going into spring and then summer. So it's getting warmer, but yeah, I've made a super chunky cardigan. So, oh well. Now the main thing I do like about that cardigan is that it's actually a really nice colour. I did get a bit of the feels of like Dino from the Flintstones, because he is purple and has like a brownish nose. But yeah, it's just a shame that I don't think I will wear it that much. So, you know, it could be made into something else, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, or it can go to the shop as a sample for other people to try on. I don't know yet. Anyway, it's a crochet cardigan. Right, moving on then to the umpteen blankets that I have. Yeah, so that cardigan is more like a blanket cardigan because it's so thick and cozy, but yeah. Anyway, in my Made by Penguins bag, which I can't remember when I picked up, I have the granny square that I've been working on. I have added a few more rounds to this because we are currently teaching granny squares to our crochet workshop students. I think I need to put a stitch marker in this to show where I was the last time I showed you. I think I'm halfway round. I've done one side and I'm halfway up the second side on the second round of the green to finish off that section before I move back into the lemon. It's working out really nice. I really like this yarn. It's so nice to work with. It's quite dense and snuggly. So I don't know how big this is going to get. I originally only had one of each ball and the mixed ball, the spearmint colourway, to work it up. But there's still loads left. And I was given another ball of lemon the other day as well. I think when I get to the next peach round, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough to do 2 rounds. So I don't know whether to add the second ball of lemon in and get a second ball of everything else, or to just stop, because it's a nice, it's more like baby blanket size almost now. I do have all the ends to weave in still though. So I am using just a 4mm hook for this. I'm using one of my Crochet Society hooks, and I am using Cherished. Is it Cherished or Cherish? Cherished King Cole yarn, which is just a commercial acrylic yarn. Yep, here's my hook. So it is a Crochet Society 4mm. Yeah, I've just closed the bag without putting it back in the bag. So it's very simple. It is a granny square, so I can sit and do it without really needing to concentrate. It's probably what I should have taken with me to the big stitch night at EOYF, but I wanted to do something a bit more complicated because that's what type of person I am. Yeah, so I could have got some more rounds on it then, but I didn't. I am going to put a stitch marker in this now that I've shown you, so that we can see how big it's going to get. Right, the next project I'm going to show you, the next whip, because we've kind of, yeah, I've basically moved straight from finishes into whips. So the granny square was my first whip. The cardigan was my last FO. So the next one is in last year's EAYF bag. I'm finally using it for something other than just storing yarn. This is the Lucky Puppy blanket, which I am working up in a 4mm. I've got a Knit Pro 4mm for this one. What I like to do is if I start a project in a certain hook, I keep that hook with it, because I have so many different styles of hooks and I feel like they change my tension each time. So yeah, I'm working with that one. I'm using Starcraft Special DK in cream and gingerbread. I don't know if this is attached. It might be. No, that's not. No, it's not attached. I have now completed 2 sections, and I believe I am maybe a couple of rows into section 3. Like this. So I have done 1 row of adults and 1 row of puppies, which I quite like. So this is a pattern by Crochet with May. It is, I am testing it because it is due to be released the 1st of May, which means I only have April to finish it now. And like I said, I'm on Easter half term now, so I have 2 weeks to try and get the last 2 sections of this done, because I'm doing a 3x4, and then I've got to do a border. So yeah, that is where we are at. This is what I took with me to EAYF to work on, and I think I only did 2 rows. So yeah, but I finished section 2. It is time to move on to section 3. And that is literally going to be my project of the Easter holidays, so that I can try and get that done. But we'll see. No, I have to get it done before the end of March, or end of April, because it's due for release in May. So you may only see me working on this for the whole of April, but we know what happens when you have squirrel mind and find other things that you like. So that was a Lucky Puppy by Crochet with May. I have started the Coronation Blanket Cow, which is run by Serdar. Now, I bought the kit at EAYF in March, and I think I only spent maybe 2 days, not even full days on this, and I'm almost done with week 2. So week 1 ends here, this first blue round, so it's mostly granny square with a couple of DK rounds, and then week 2 is all of the waves and ripples. I think I have 3 more rounds to go to finish week 2, and I have also done where have I put them? The 4, because it says to get ahead when you do week 1, it says to get ahead. So I've done the 4 granny squares for the corners, and I have started on the little grannies as well, the little gems. So I've done the 8, is it 8? 8 in purple. So I need to work on the other colours now as well. So I figured once I finish week 2, I will do, I'll pick one of the colours to make the smaller pieces and start getting those finished up. So they can actually go in here. There's pockets in here. They can go in there. Yeah, that is living in my new sheepy bag from Jibby Rousseau's, which I picked up at EOF. So that is that one. Again, it is a cow, so it's 6 weeks long. I think we're currently on week 4 now, but I've only done week 2. And then now this one is likely to be frogged because I was doing it alongside a student at a recent crochet workshop class at the hut, and they needed to visualize what the round looks like, or what the row looks like, so that they knew they'd got it right. So I think it is a pattern by Betty McKnit. It is her star shawl, I believe. So I've only done, I think, 10 rounds. 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done 7 rounds. But I don't need another shawl, and I certainly don't need a yellow shawl, because there's not enough of the citron left to make a shawl. So it is likely to get frogged. But I'm keeping it just in case she wants me to help her do the next part if she gets stuck. So, yeah. And that is in my little grey girl Tudor Pink Panda bag. Yeah. So, that is it. So, the last thing I have for you is acquisitions. Now, if you want to see anything I got from EAYF, you've just seen a couple of them. They are all in the EAYF vlog, so do head over there. It is quite long because there is a lot to go through. I spent far too much money, but I had a fantastic time, so I don't mind. And I am not going to be spending for quite some time now, so yeah, I have filled my cup well and truly. Anyway, in addition though, so back at Waltham Abbey Wool Show in January, Laura of the Lonely Knitter had a special yarn there called Birthday Cake. Now, I didn't pick any up on the day, but I did order some more, and I picked it up at EAYF. So it's not in the EAYF vlog, but I do have it here to show you. So it is all speckly. So that's her new logo, which I love. It is called Birthday Cake. I have it upside down. There we go. It is DK, 100% superwash merino. So 100 grams is 225 meters. And it is just all the speckles on a very light pink base in most parts. I have 2 skeins of that, so I can do something really nice with it. In addition, now I said I wasn't going to buy any more from the Perth Collab Club because I should be saving money, but as I've just said, I spent quite a lot at EAYF, so, you know. And I couldn't resist this yarn. It was just so pretty. So, I also picked up 2 of James Makes yarn. His colourway for the Perth Collab Club is Lover, which is an album by Taylor Swift. And Perth Yarn Festival has now rebranded as the Scottish Yarn Festival. So it actually says the new name on the back. I don't know if it will show up because it doesn't like to focus. It does say hand wash though. It's 100% superwash merino. So again, 100 grams, 225 meters. And I've got 2 on DK because look at the colours. Pinks and blues with some speckles in there. There's a bit of purple, there's a bit of hot pink. I love it. So I have 2 of that one. And I think the very last thing I have to show you is stitch markers. Now I ordered these at EAYF from Folkestone Harbour Yarn. And these are to go with, oh no, oh there we go. To go with the Coronation blanket by Sirdar. And they are laser cut and then hand decorated, I believe. So they are all different stitch markers linked to the coronation and to the royal family, which I think is really pretty. So they're going to go onto my blanket. And what I always have to show you though, I don't think this will show up, but this was the sticker. And it actually says on it, Folkestone Harbour Yarn, 6th of May 2023, Coronation Stitch Markers. So yeah, it's a nice little gold sticker. So that is it. Yeah, that is it. What I haven't told you is the hook that I'm using to do the Sirdar blanket is actually my dragon hook, my new dragon hook from Pedro's Plaques, who is Karen, over on Etsy and Instagram, Pedro's Plaques. I have a 4mm, so that is what I'm using. I love it. I love the dragons. Now, last thing to talk to you about, plans for April. So I need to finish the Lucky Puppy blanket, the mosaic crochet, because it needs to be done. That's all there is to it. It needs to be done. So I will solely be working on that, I believe. I have actually, as I mentioned at the very beginning, I have started a Tunisian crochet blanket though. The main reason for that is because I was supporting one of my students learning how to do the Tunisian crochet anyway. But rather than... My students are very stubborn. Basically, I said, do you want me to show you how to do the technique, or do you want to just go straight in and have a go? And she was like, I just want to do the blanket. So we went straight in to mosaic crochet, or mosaic Tunisian crochet. So I will show you all of that in April's podcast. However, in a bid to try and help me finish this lucky puppy blanket, I have decided to do the 24-hour crochet challenge. Now, the issue is I do not know when I'm going to do it. I need to do it over the Easter holiday so I'm not tired for work. So at some point over the next 2 weeks, because I will also be vlogging over the next 2 weeks because it's an Easter holiday. It's a school holiday. So I like to vlog in the school holidays as a teacher. Just to show you what I get up to. Not that you really need to know because you have this every month. But I need to find a 24-hour period where I'm not going to interrupt my husband because he's a light sleeper. So I don't want to work through the night if he's going to be home. And of a weekend, he goes back to his parents. So I could do it over a weekend. However, Easter weekend is smack bang in the middle of my Easter holiday. So what I'm thinking is, I got loads of sleep last night. I may have to start it tonight. I don't know. Well, I don't know, because I want to go karate tomorrow as well. And I can't stay up all night and then go to karate tomorrow night. Anyway, I don't know. What I'm going to do though is record the process so that you get a look into what it's like to crochet for 24 hours. The other method of doing it is to split it over 2 days and do 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next day. Because that way I wouldn't interfere with my husband sleeping. Yeah. I don't know. I could do it Easter weekend. I'm throwing a party though on Easter Saturday at the local yarn shop. All tangled up, also known as the Little Yarn Hut. So yeah, I will be crocheting for part of the day whilst I'm there, but I may have to just come home after the shop is shut and just sit and crochet until the next day, till the end of Sunday. But we will see. So anyway, those are my plans. But we know what happens to plans, don't we? Because other things can get in the way. But I'm hoping that that 24 hours will actually help me get quite a good chunk of the lucky puppy done. My worry is that because it is mosaic crochet and not necessarily something that I can do without looking as such, or doesn't need a lot of thought process. It does need thought process behind it to get it right. And I've already had to pull several rows back, as you know, from last month, to get it right because I missed stitches. Yeah. Am I just setting myself up to fail, or do we think I can do it? Pop your comments down below. Do you think I can crochet for 24 hours straight, or even 2 blocks of 12 hours? But yes, I am setting myself that challenge. I have seen a couple of videos on YouTube already for this particular challenge, and I've seen a couple that they've just done granny square, and I don't want to just sit and do a granny square because I've got other things I need to be doing that I can use those 24 hours for. So yeah, what would you do, I guess? Yeah, what would you do if you had 24 hours to just sit and knit or crochet? What do you think you would get done? Answers down below. Right, that is it from me, because I am worried that I'm going to run out of space on my phone to record anymore, but also I am heading out, so I need to finish getting myself ready, get this on the computer and get out the door. But I really want to finish the square I started in Tunisian crochet, but there we go. Anyway, I am signing off. So come back at the end of the Easter holidays to see what I got up to then. But yeah, I will see you all again next time. Take care. Bye.